Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 5th annual Steinway Classic. We're coming to you live from Steinway Billiards in Astoria, Queens, New York, and I'm Upstate Al of AZB TV. We got another match coming up for you. It's going to be Johnny Morra versus Rodney the Rocket Morris on our mainstream table. Before we actually get started and underway, we're going to run down a list. Baltimore City Q's. Those are the aces you want to deal with. If you got a major event and you want to have a store that would carry anything from tips to tools, check them out. Baltimore City Q's. MolinariGlove.com. Eric Kwong, Ira Lee, the whole crew is here. The showcases are here. The products are here. If you can't get here, go simply over to the website. It's MolinariGlove.com. You're going to see numerous players, Dennis Acolo, many other players wearing the glove. It's the glove that fits, and it's called the V2. They actually did a double stitching on the glove. Check you out, us.checkyou.com. Mr. Greg Antonakis, his motto is get your Southwest from the best. Guess what? He's here, front row and center. Greg Antonakis, and I'll zoom the camera over that way momentarily. He's here with his lovely wife. Get in touch with him at ga9ball@gmail.com. Mr. Joel Shapiro, our ace in the hole. And Joel, please forgive me. I know you're out there because not only is he a sponsor with AZB and deserves a free pass to every pay-per-view that I have part of doing, and I neglected, I'm going to say it again, there's plenty of people that help us out, and I just didn't have the opportunity with all the work. We have a new setup on hand, and well, we're in a new location in Steinway, and we just had to do what we had to do. I apologize, Joel. The Kings of Billiards and also the Kings of Vapor in Akron, Ohio. And don't forget, AccuStats is going to make it happen once again November 17th through the 20th at the Aramis Simonis Arena in Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey. And, you know, one second. Hold on. Stand up over here. I was just talking about you. Get over here. Stand over here. I want you over here where the camera is. Get over there. Sit in the seat. I just mentioned your name and your wife, and I'm going to flash over. Let me take this down. There he is right there, Greg Antonakis, sitting in the booth. He's at Steinway with William Finnegan. There's the both of them. They can start. But we also would like to thank, as Finnegan's going to give him the go-ahead to start. Let me switch over cameras. These guys, you know, seeing these guys, I don't see these guys too often. So when I see them, I really I get lost in what I'm doing. So we mentioned to make it happen. I want to put this up on the screen. This is in memory of all our men and women across the world. We want to thank them for their service, and that's our appreciation. And we hope you guys spread the word also. They did not start Rodney Morris and John Morra yet. Rodney's still warming up. We also want to thank the Attitude. That's right. They're right down the block from Steinway. There's a bunch of people coming into town, and they're going to go to the Attitude to get their tattoos. And the reason they're going to go to this location is because Chum, who's one of the owners and partners with John Francisco, is an award-winning tattooist. Make your appointment. Call them at 917-560-1594 for your appointment. This guy is unbelievable. We also want to mention, right there on your screen right now, light-systems.com. This is Mr. Fong. He came up with this concept. The light is super thin. I know numerous people that actually put it into their man caves and also into their offices or above their kitchen counters, their islands. The thing is 10 times the illumination, 10 times lighter, and also uses 10 times less than a regular light bulb. It's all LED. We got to get over to the match. We're going to thank more people as we proceed with it. It's Rodney Morris on the right, John Morra on the left. And since Greg is here, I'm going to flash it one more time for him. Yep. There it is on your screen as we're trying to get him wired. It's Greg Antonakis. Get your Southwest from the best. And that's his graphic right there on the screen. He's here. He's got some cues. So if you're in the market, get down to Steinway. If not, you can contact him, ga9ball@gmail, or his phone number. Call him right now and let me hear his phone ring. We got to get to the match.
Yep, we got a great match here. Two good friends playing.
So, Greg, you always have the nicest, cleanest Southwest, barring.
I'm trying, man.
Go in there and get one yourself.
To be legit and present a good product and something that's all original and not goofed around with, and it's tough. And they're not cheap, and I understand people. I get some people call up all the time. Why are they so much money? It's because that's what they are.
That's the quality that you're offering.
Jerry started the company to build a real quality playing cue. They're not overly fancy. I mean, some people look at them and they go, how could that cue be that kind of money? But they're built for playing, and I think if people try them, they love them. But anyway, pool here. We got a big crowd at Steinway here, the best pool room around. I wish I lived close.
You live close enough.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours is a long way to come.
Oh, really?
Well, as Al passes his house 3 hours later.
Al's got a business here he's got to run. He's got to present the pool to the world.
Absolutely. Yeah, there you go.
I don't want to drive home in at Taconic at 3 in the morning with a deer jumping.
Oh, yeah, especially in rut season. Yeah, you got that right. You don't want to be doing that at all.
Oh, really? Greg, it's that many deer up there, huh?
A lot of deer. Everyone in my family has hit a deer. I almost got killed. I flipped my car and my roof. I was spinning on the roof.
Wow. Rodney Morris just got himself jacked up behind the 10 ball.
He's not happy about that. Kick and hope.
And I'll just put it out there for you, Al, on the other few tables that we have access to, and we may or may not get to, depending on this match. Wu Kong Ling and Ko Ping Chung are playing, and Mika and Kevin Chang are
great matches.
The two matches.
You want to see good pool, you better get over here.
Yeah.
Rodney kicked and sold it out, and John's got a pretty easy shot, and the 3 to the 5 is right there.
Nice pocket speed where the pocket accepted it readily.
I just go to the bottom and up.
Do you hear Greg?
Yeah.
I don't hear him too well.
He could be blood.
There we go.
Better. Yeah.
That might be a little bit better.
Al's fixing me up.
There you go. Now I hear you. Gotcha.
I don't like to talk too loud because...
You're not going to disturb him. Don't worry about that. And you're not going to wake us up. We've been sleeping all our lives.
Yeah, and...
I know my son's watching. He's mad at me because I left without him. He had school, and... sorry, Nick.
Yeah, that's right, Nick. Nick plays well, too.
Played pretty good up at Turningstone.
Sure did. Papa was proud, trust me.
He almost beat that Ron Costanzio. That would have been...
That's an easy guy to beat.
Yeah, sure.
Ronnie Costanzio is one of the threatening giant killers that really became popular during the Turning Stone. He was popular prior to it, but really became popular at the Turning Stone because he's beat the champions. You know, he's no easy guy. He's a real good player.
Good one-pocket player. You look back in the old tournaments in like Binghamton back in the day with like Rempe and all those guys.
Yeah, that's how far back he goes.
And you look in the top 10 and his name is there.
Yep. He'll be up at the Ocean State too, by the way. We'll be up in Snookers. And Ron Costanzio come up last time. I'm expecting him this time also. He had such a great time up there.
Yeah, to be competitive, and he's an older gentleman.
Yeah.
For that many years, and to still not just be playing this level, but he's actually competitive. Anybody he plays.
John went a little farther on that 8 than he wanted. He cuts it back a little inside.
Yeah, killed it nicely.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he's all right, too.
Yeah.
Actually snapped off the Super Billiards Expo tournament, beat Shane Van Boning in the finals.
He's good. He's dedicated.
And he keeps his composure very well.
Yeah. I like looking at a straight line shot of him, how eye dominant he is. Look how eye dominant he is.
You know.
He plays real well lefty, too.
Oh, yeah.
His father.
His father, his mother was more of a champion than his father. You're talking about a thoroughbred being bred for racing. This young man here can do it lefty and righty. And I'm telling you, he could do it lefty and righty.
His father made one of the best shots I ever saw at Turning Stone against Mika with the bridge. He cut the ball in with the bridge. It was far down the bottom by the rail, and he cut it and went up and down the table and come back, and he got out and he won the match. It was a big match.
So John Morra goes up 1-0. We are racing tonight. Greg Antonakis in the booth. Get your Southwest from the best, along with NJ pool player Troy.
Hey, hello everyone.
You look around this room, it's like Killersville. Manny and George and Anna, they put something together here.
What are you doing in the booth? Is that your son in the chat?
My son.
G89 ball.
That's me. He's on my account.
Oh.
He's smart. He don't want to pay. He uses my PayPal.
What's up, Nicky? Nicky, right? Nick.
Yeah, Nick. Nick.
Here we go.
I'll have a nice meal for you.
Watch the 6 and the 7. Neither.
Nothing.
You know, Copigny started coming with it, and he started making those 2 balls, you know, below the head ball in those side pockets, and at least making one of the corner balls 3 rails around.
That young kid played good, too.
Yeah,
boy.
sure
Then he scratched.
I tell you, I wasn't letting him go cheap in the Calcutta. You weren't here for that, were you?
No, I wasn't here. I was driving.
He started out, he said, you got 20 on yourself? He said, yeah, I got 20 on myself. I said, who you bidding on? I think it's Ryan. I said, really? 40, 60, 80, 100, 100, 200. He wasn't escaping.
I love the Taiwan players.
Yeah.
They're all gentlemen.
Now, he's not part of the contingent because he would have the jersey on, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Anyway, John Morra representing the Kings of Billiards and also the Kings of Vapor.
How'd you like that push out Rodney did? He just clicked it sideways with the ferrule.
Sweet. Why take your time?
He never takes his time. He's the fastest. He left it.
Rondi got honored at the Open this year.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
And
BCA Hall of Famer.
along with him, I see this older gentleman sitting at the bench after this is all over. And it was Hawaiian Brian.
Yes,
I haven't
he
seen
was
him
there,
in,
yeah.
I don't know, since I guess Rodney was
I
probably 18.
What was he doing there? I thought he would play the cue ball behind the 4-9 area and try
That's
to
what
lock
I
him
would have
down.
done. I would have put that up there. And
I don't know.
Remember earlier in the last
Yeah,
match?
Hawaiian Brian. I saw those photos. Not
No,
to get
but-
off that. I just can't believe what John just did
Brian
there.
played good too.
Yeah.
The last match, just getting acclimated to the tables, I think. And that's what that was. He was
No.
No? You think he was? I think he was thinking of something else, and it just didn't
Oh, he
work.
was definitely not thinking it is.
He should have put that cue ball behind that 4 up on
Yeah,
the top
absolutely.
and
Four
banked
to-
the 1 down table.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
He knows that now. This isn't so great being on the rail.
Rodney wanted to
And
play
straight.
he wanted to play the 3-9 combination because the 8 ball's on the other side and the 9's closer to the pocket. So he wants to play the 3-9, but now being on the rail made it a little more difficult.
He's got open pockets down here for the 3, but now he has to play the 3-9 combo.
I think he banks the 3 down in between the 10 and 6 and floats up in behind him.
Plays a safe, yeah. That's the move.
Yeah, I would.
He ain't playing that combination.
You're right. Good shot.
No, he didn't
No.
get there. He didn't. I wanted him to come straight down the table.
Get separation too.
I like the way Greg's trying to put
Length.
his fingers on the monitor like
Yeah, I wanted to
with
point.
a telestrator. Julie Ha is in the house.
Does anybody have an idea of how many hours Upstate Al puts into this to bring good pool to the
Oof.
world?
Forget about
You
it.
have no clue with
I was
this
telling
man.
Troy.
He's a warrior.
I was telling Troy, you know, the U.S. Open was God sent at the right time because I was really getting down in the dumps and tired, you know, from doing every weekend, every other weekend.
Those poor guys were taking the drum beat for the first
Yeah,
couple days.
they were.
Trust me.
They were.
Even
I know
myself,
the
I
feeling.
wanted to throw my TV through the wall.
I know. I know.
But
Hey, Snuckster.
they refunded me, and I ended up buying. How are you, man? I'm going to let you get in here. Snooky's going to take her normal seat over here.
He's going to give us a break a little later.
Rodney's going to go to the air. You go to the air. What do? Do you call it? Greg?
I probably just try to knock it back up table. I mean, I'm not so great with a jump cue. I can do it. I've practiced it.
Would you call the shot into a pocket? Because it's called safety.
I don't like
call
it because
shot.
the 4 isn't so great either. So I might just try to bank it to the bottom rail and up and leave the cue ball on the bottom. Length is key. Even if they can hit it, I mean, if you leave him lane, he's going to try to make it. Well, he did what I said. He
Playing one
banked it.
pocket.
And now he's got the billiard on the 9.
No, he doesn't have that. Because he's called the corner pocket below and
that's
went
right.
into the other pocket.
Call shot.
Yeah.
I like
Now there's a
I
carom.
like rear end. I'm from the old days. We counted rear end. I don't want to say the other word. You know what the other word is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing the 9 here.
Yes.
Firing it to get
the
the
only
3
thing
ball
is
back.
He's got to play position on the 4.
You got to control it.
Back
You got to
and
hold
forth.
that 4 ball. He knows it.
He might hit it real hard.
Up and back, yeah.
I think he might hit it real hard and go up and back.
I think the shot's
Punch
laying
it.
just about right here.
Punched it.
Yeah,
Here
up
it
and
comes.
back. Here it
Gotta
comes.
get up
Where's
there.
it
Don't go on the
going?
side.
He did good.
Nice shot.
He did really good.
Nice shot. Went
And-
around the world without hitting
And
the
he's
ball.
got a nice
And
easy,
put it right in the pocket.
easy play for the 5. He just comes off the short rail and he's right there on the 5.
You should be home free after getting on this one, right?
I think so. These guys, when they get in the open, you don't get chances.
They don't make too many mistakes from there.
Yeah, there is no icebergs in the way. You're shooting the iceberg.
When you're sitting there in the chair, you already know they're putting the beat up.
Yeah, he's good.
You don't want to bump the 8 and cause any kind of problem with the 8-7.
Yeah,
He
you can
might.
get past
I think
there.
he'll knock the 8 sideways and just stay right there and play the 6.
Just you got to hit it right if you decide to go into it. You don't want to push it in any path of the 8. If you're going to hit it, you want to hit it so it's
I
out of
hit
the
it
way.
center and just knock it right over to the side rail and out again.
You might go towards the side pocket if he draws back on it.
He's touching it. He's going into the 8.
Yeah, he's supposed to. Oh no, he just skimmed off it.
And that's the reason why. If you marry those up or put them in position where it's 1-2 sort of safe punch.
Danny says don't ever bump balls if you don't have to.
Yeah, and you know that anyway. It's not you're not saying anything new, but you knew that from day one. It's pool 101. What a touch.
Yeah, these guys good players.
He still has a little work. I mean, you want to be on the right side of that, or actually the left side of the 7, and closer, so you get 7 to the 8 real easy. Now you got to go 2 rails and cross the path of the 8, right?
He hit it soft.
Might underhit this.
He's thinking he's still on the diamond at
Yeah.
down at the Open.
This isn't too bad though, but he's still, you're moving the cue ball.
This kid got so good, man. You look at every player that went to the Philippines for a month or 2 or 3, and how far advanced they came back.
In a short period of time?
Every one of them. I don't know a player that went over there that didn't come back 2 balls better.
Yeah. You get good seasons over there.
Because
in fact,
they all play good.
Dennis Acolo mentioned to us earlier today that he's going to try to bring over 10, what I would like to say, unknown players to play in Darren Appleton's.
One guy from over there wants me to give him a Southwest and sponsor him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Morra takes the lead, or actually retains the lead, 2-0. Rodney hasn't had a foothold yet.
Can't let him get up 3-4-0.
No.
It's not, except look what Jason did. Jason
Twice.
put on a miracle show at the Open. I swear to God,
comebacks are never
the
been like
firepower
that.
kid has is. He shot that one shot. I can still hear it. I wrote it on Facebook. He shot that one ball out of the corner of the jaws, and he hit it like 900 miles an hour, and I can still hear it crack in the back of that pocket. Great comeback.
Yeah, those were exciting matches for sure.
You need that in pool. You know, I was watching. They put up a video of Jason playing in the World 8-ball on the little bar tables over in England.
When he was 13?
Well, he was young, and he won the championship. And I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago.
Was that the team that he was playing on? The whole team
Yeah, you know, with the yellow and the red balls and all
yeah.
that. And the fans were cheering on every shot. Like, he'd pocket the ball, they'd cheer. Then they'd quiet down. Then he'd pocket the ball, and they'd cheer. That's what pool needs. Everybody over here is sitting here like, oh, they don't want to say nothing. You know, forget it. You got to have some excitement. Can you imagine going to a basketball game and everybody just sat there and didn't do nothing? The fans have to be into the game. I know.
You're right.
I know it's hard here because if that was one singular table.
Right.
You know.
Arena.
But here, if everybody started making noise, then they're going to affect the other guys that aren't. You know.
Right.
But
And that's
somehow it's got to be a way
Listen,
where
it don't matter. If you got people watching that match, scream and yell. You got people watching that match, scream and yell. This whole thing is a chain reaction. It's like doing the wave. You know?
Pool has to get exciting. Jason made it exciting, that U.S. Open.
Well, you know, Earl's been a big innovator. Earl Strickland's been a big innovator of different contraptions to use and different kind of games to play. And I sat down with him when I got here, I don't know, 4 days ago, whatever I got here. I sat down with Earl for about 45 minutes, whatever it was, and we talked, and he came up with another concept. He says, I'm going to come up with a computer that goes where the light goes. Goes right underneath the light or in between it, wherever it may go. And when we turn it on, it's going to project spots on the table. It's going to be 1 through 15. That's where you put the balls. The computer's randomly, you don't break.
no patterns.
The computer randomly is going to spit those out. So now we put all the balls on a spot, and the cue ball is the only thing that the computer randomly changes. But I run the balls from where it is. The opponent gets up there. He plays.
Shot.
I play, and we play. I shoot 5 racks of it for where it is. You shoot 5 racks of where it is.
Play the ghost.
Play the ghost. See the percentages of how many times you miss. Now, if you miss the ball, you don't just keep shooting and keep dogging it because you might get trapped up behind another ball. You put the ball back in the position where the cue ball was, and the computer knows exactly where it was.
Love this guy's rhythm.
Yeah, he's great.
I love the rhythm this guy has.
I said, "Oh, we can do it if you want to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, we can make it happen."
Good shoot.
Nice shot by
He says,
Rodney.
"But Al," he says, "we got to make it a little more difficult." He says, "We can't use the side pockets,
No.
and the cue ball has to move around in different areas in harder shots from the opening shot."
I sure didn't like that rule down there with that 3 balls had to be past the head string. That a guy makes 2 balls on a break, and,
I saw that.
and
I saw
they
that.
call it a non-regulation rack.
I saw
mean,
that.
Come on, stop.
Yeah,
If you make a ball on a break, you should keep shooting.
yeah. Well, at least if you make 2 balls on a break, it should count.
I mean, something.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
So many guys were frustrated.
I know the match you're talking about. It was towards the semifinals
Yeah.
or the finals or something. I happened to catch a glimpse on somebody's laptop, and I saw that break. He made 2 balls on the break, and Ken Schumann said illegal. And
Yeah, because
somebody
the
else
ball,
got up and shoot.
the ball that was going to go up past the head string comes and it hits the point of the side and bounces down. That you can't count that as
Now the balls
a penalty.
the balls that go in the pocket don't count as balls going past.
No, they do count. But
Oh.
I mean, the last ball was going to go up and past the head string and it hit the point and bounce down
Oh, okay.
table.
All right.
So
Then
I
I-
mean,
then I
here's a guy. How does he
misunderstood it.
know that ball is going to hit the point? Nobody knows that ball hits the point.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion open
They have to change
those
it.
rules. But getting back to the most exciting matches where Jason came back and the excitement of pool, did it affect when he was playing like that?
Well, a couple times he had an illegal rack, what they call illegal rack. I don't even like
Break.
the word, but but he played superior pool.
Illegal break.
Illegal break.
And an illegal break.
They changed it to non-conforming, which is almost hard to talk about. They got to
Politically
come up with
correct.
something. It's just, it can't go on like that. The old Sardo rack, to tell you the truth, was a good rack.
Yeah.
But it was very expensive and very heavy, and
Put divots in the.
and all that. But I wish they'd do something.
It's funny you mention it because I was thinking about that. We were talking about the rack because they were making the wing ball, a few players with the 9-ball in the spot. So we were talking about the rack, and I said the Sardo rack really
Nice shot with the
was
inside.
really a rack that you put them up there, and they were good.
Yeah, huh? Didn't matter the ball sizes, or they had to be all
It
new.
was a good rack, but it was just expensive and clumsy,
How about for 9-ball? Because 10-ball
How
has
about tapping the tables like they do over in Europe? Put the balls in the taps, and that's it. You're done.
They have it better over there, I think.
use the template.
They're not complaining. The European players seem to agree with the rules over there, so
Yeah.
it must be okay.
Yeah.
Look at how good these players are from
Right.
Europe.
And
So
what's their role? Just put the one
they
on
put
the spot?
they have these little dots on the table,
Right.
and they're already planted there,
Right.
very thin. And then
But you got to be a good mechanic to tap a table like that.
Yeah.
They almost look like loose leaf
Right,
supports.
right.
The other thing that I would like to see take place here at Steinway Classic, I hope they do it next year. I hope Barry Hearn is listening in, or Luke Richards of Sky Sports. Since now Gotham City Billiard Club was a Moscone Point ranked tournament. Well, you have players coming in from the U.S. Open from all over the world. And the same thing like this, after the U.S. Open, you got the Steinway Classic. If both of these tournaments, the Gotham City Billiard Tournament and Steinway Classic, were Moscone Point ranked for Europeans and Americans, since they're here, I think it's a win-win
Yeah.
situation all around.
And
they're all playing in it anyway. Might as well have some benefit for
I
it.
think we would see more European players sticking around, and since they're here in town.
right. And do the same thing for over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's unbelievable what these two New York events are. I never saw events like this when I was a kid. You didn't see players coming in from all over
The world.
to play in pool halls.
Yeah.
It was a very few guys that came.
And I was talking about that, Joel Shapiro. You remember when Joel used to put on the
Yeah.
exhibitions, and he wanted pool in New York to come off the bottom shelf and get it into the public eye. And
He bumped the 9.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't mind it that bad.
Left-handed, right-handed don't mean anything. I don't know if you guys realize it, but he's been shooting lefty and righty, switching
yeah,
up.
he switches.
He shoots real
He
good.
shot that one lefty.
I seen him in a grudge match shoot left-handed against a player that I didn't think he was supposed to beat, and he beat him. He beat him. You were here, Greg, weren't you, when he was playing that match?
No, I had left. I was here, though.
Oh, I think you were here that night.
That was a good shot.
I'll be right back, folks.
Okay, Troy. Nice and easy. Roll right down. Boom.
Boy, that's pretty testing the speed right there.
He,
Couple more inches.
He was looking at it when he hit it like, did I goof up? Did I hit it a little too hard?
That could have been a hard lesson.
He's clean. He's very methodical.
Johnny Morra,
Very
3-1. We're just going to take a look. We got a couple of tables under our wings. Here you see Kevin Chang. I'm not sure who his opponent is. And then, of course,
Kevin Cheng is a good man.
we got another Taiwanese contingent on the opposite table. So just in case this one ends earlier, we will definitely switch over to the opposite table.
If you like pool, you better get down here. See how he cracks him. 2 balls behind the 1 wall. Let's see if they make it to the side.
Table 7. Frank Catani, table 7. Rob Parrish, table 7.
There's Finnegan announcing table matches.
Table 7.
Let's see how he hits this. At the 4 and the 9 behind the 1. See if one of them makes the side pocket. Nope.
The 9 got kissed.
And he scratched. He got kicked in the corner.
Listen, this game is
The
crazy.
most ugly thing that can happen to you is get kicked in the corner. On the
Darren
break.
Appleton said it the best. You can play a perfect game and get punished. And that's what he meant by it.
It's hard.
What do you got, Troy? You got
Just the outside matches. Mika and Kevin Chang, 7-3. Mika up. And
Mika's playing good.
Kopi Chung versus Wo Kung Ling.
Yeah.
And Kopi Chung is up 5-0.
Little Ko is punishing.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
Great.
He's
Yeah.
very
Great.
unassuming. You look at him, you'd say, oh, this guy can't play. He plays so perfect.
Somebody asked me, who do you like in his favorite to win? I said Cope and Chung.
He likes playing here,
Yeah,
too.
I know.
Played
So-
good here the last time.
and
You
I
know
bought
what?
2 other
You know when
horses.
you went to a pool room, certain pool rooms, you always played good in it. When you were playing good, you like certain spots.
feel
Some
comfortable.
spots you didn't like.
Right.
You know, maybe you had a bad match there or something that you always remember it. But some pool rooms, you walk in and you just always feel you're going to play good, and that's how he feels.
You feel like you're home.
Yeah.
Like you're
And,
home.
and
right?
that's the atmosphere that Steinway gives to the pool players, and not only pool players, to the spectators. The service is great. The food is
I almost wanted to
absolutely
rent
perfect.
an apartment down here. I swear,
Yeah.
numerous times I've
Chad actually
thought
rents one.
about renting a little like salt box for
Yeah.
$500-600 a month if I could sleep in a closet somewhere, so I'd have somewhere to.
That's what Chad does. He's got one right around the corner. He uses it like 3 times a year. In fact, Johnny's probably staying there because that's his sponsored player. It's really
Good shot.
because it's comfortable. That's why they do it. It's really comfortable place.
Going to play the 8-10 at the end.
Airbnb
obviously.
it.
Come on by, folks, and say hello. As soon as you walk in Steinway, we're right to the left of the door.
Good
Get in the
shot.
booth and give a shout out to
See how
Mom.
Rodney just gets up there?
Yeah.
Just gets up there and
Pulls
bang.
the trigger.
Well, you know what? Johnny Morra is a friend of Rodney's. They're real close. So
very
he wants
good
to make it painless. He wants to do it quick.
He's going to play the 8-10 after he pockets this 7.
That I got from, I don't know, somebody hit me with that.
Oh, it looks
Oh,
like
he's going
he's
forward.
breaking into him.
Yeah,
That was dangerous.
Wow,
Real
I'm
dangerous.
very surprised he did that.
That was real dangerous right there.
I don't think any of us agreed on that shot.
Wow, that was real
He's not going to
dangerous.
like this. He's going to play at 2 rails, I would think, out of the corner with some spin.
Called it. I don't know if he called the 8 or the 10.
He called the 8. He's going to play this 2 rails with spin. But why did he have to go through all this?
That was a good shot.
Too short.
Told you he called it 10.
Unfortunately, he didn't hit the 8. That will hurt.
So, Greg, with the
When it's 3-1, yeah.
yeah. The summer almost, well, it is wrapped up.
Yeah, I'm into the cues now.
Yeah, no more? There's a
The
couple
sunglasses I put away, and
there's still a couple nice events during
I
this.
can do indoor events, but they're not as good. I like doing it outdoors because I go and
You're outdoors.
I eat good, I drink good. I go to all
It's
these
fun.
rib fests and wine and food fests and stuff. So I got my little summer gig, me and my wife. 2 old farts going around selling sunglasses.
I like the way it says old. Doesn't he make us feel good? He gives us a reality check.
I'm old, man.
Yeah. Welcome to the club, pal. I bet you between the three of us sitting right here, we got 100.
I'm older than Troy.
160 years.
I'm
between
older
the
than
three
Troy.
of us.
I'm 58.
Then I'm older than you.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm 69.
He's 69.
Oh, he missed
my
it.
God, he missed that.
Wow. How did he do
jumped
that?
up.
Wow.
He jumped out. You never would have think he'd do that.
Wow. How did
But
he do
that's-
that?
You know,
That's
my-
a big game,
My
4-1.
dad, my
instead of
dad always
3-2.
used to bust my chops and say Moscone was the best. I said, Dad, Moscone wasn't the best. He said, yeah, he never missed an easy one.
That's right.
That
3-2.
All us players, anybody that plays decent. I mean, I'm a decent player. I'm not a pro player, but if you get to a decent level, when we want to make a real hard shot, we bear down on it, we get down on it, we really concentrate. Then we get up there in this little stupid
The next
2-footer
shot
in the
you
side,
miss.
and you dog it.
How about a ball in hand?
I've seen a lot of ball in hand.
I got a closet full of them.
I've missed many ball in hands because you just take it for granted.
And that 30% being that much, or 40% being that much better is not missing the easy ones.
You can't miss easy ones, man.
Here we go, Rodney to break.
Let's see what he does, lefty. Oh, it didn't sound that great.
No, and the two head balls came out real long.
Kind of like thudded when he hit it. Got a little mess in the corner up there, but that can get broken up with the 4.
Now does John take a chance and calls the bank?
He banks well.
And what else?
He's
I mean,
coming very.
what else could you
he's
do
coming
here?
very
as far-
high at the Derby and bank. I don't think he won it, but I think he came in.
Second or third?
Yeah, somewhere up
Yeah.
in there. Big high.
Short.
He
Nope,
made it,
perfect.
and he came around 3, and he's nice. He's going to like this. See, 1 always costs you 2.
Yeah, especially with these guys. Now he's got a little bit of issue here with that 5-9.
Well, he's going to knock the 5 over. Hi, Aaron. Aaron's here. She's a
Said she
pool-
didn't bring her. She
she's a
did not
pool
bring her
enthusiast.
camera today.
She takes good pictures. She took a couple good ones of me. I'm happy she did because we didn't take any of me.
Yeah, at the I seen those. They came out really nice.
She's a good person. She loves pool.
Yeah. We got to spread the love. That's what we need to do in this game, right?
Well,
The people that don't play, I
the
think.
pros have to teach young players. They have to spend some time. They can't gripe about there's no money. You have to invest it in the future because maybe you won't get it. Maybe
You probably won't.
Your time has passed. But if you love pool, spend some time. And these pros like an event like this, maybe they should come in a day early and get some young kids over here and
We
teach
should
them.
bus them in. You could bus people in
You know,
for.
do something.
That's a good idea, Greg.
So, even like, you know how big APA is? APA is like huge in pool. And trust me, it's not my favorite type of pool. But,
Right.
But maybe if those people learned the correct way and could get better instead of dumping.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, these pros got to start teaching.
Yeah, that's a discussion we often have in the pool industry, in the pool world, and people that just love the game like you and I.
If you hear the clicking of the balls, you'll never stop. So you got to get kids interested. I remember rolling them. My father stood me on a milk crate. Let's see what he does here. 9's going over towards the other pocket.
He's got to come off of it.
Yep. That's the problem, that 5. Well, I
safe.
banked the 5 down and float over and hide him behind the 6 and the 8, probably.
Sorry, am I up to date? Yeah. 3-2, I'm up to date. Okay. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
No
Al.
problem.
You got work to
You
do.
got to do business. Now he's going to go the other way. He's going to bring the cue ball and hide the 5 behind the 9 and get down there. He didn't get him, but he got length, so that's 90% of it. And you know what else is good about Steinway? How about the food here? It's the best food you're ever going to eat in a pool room in your life. So
You're right.
you know,
And
trust me.
And the concept came up by Papa Gio.
That's a stretch.
He
No,
didn't
no
want to
scratch.
just open a pool room. He wanted to open up a pool room that has good food.
He's been here for years.
Yeah. I remember coming in when the 3-cushion table was right here where you were looking at.
His relative, his cousin, John, opened a pool room in my town many years ago and copied this place on a smaller level with the same brass rails and, you know, and it was a good pool. It's called the Juliet.
I remember it.
And I played out of there for years. Probably won the most money in my life out of that pool room.
Was it called the Juliet or Juliet's?
Juliet. It was an old movie theater.
I remember. We
And it
talked
still,
about that.
Still has the sign up, Juliet, there. But his cousin was the owner of the pool room. And he moved back to Greece now. He lives over there. He built a beautiful home in an island over there and retired.
That's the one I went to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I went there.
The pool room or the island?
The pool room and
No,
the island.
the island.
The only island I went to was Rikers Island. I never went
Staten Island.
just to visit somebody.
He hit that good.
I actually lived on City Island.
Oh,
Ooh, this is
too far.
Overcooked it.
Too far.
I don't even know if he can see the edge.
He can't. I don't think so. He's gonna go.
Yeah.
He's gonna go behind it and try to kick it to the long rail over here and then behind the 10 maybe.
Oh, he's got a. He called safe.
I don't even think he has that.
I think you can get behind it.
He's got to get up. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just jacked up to bend it.
Wow, we all thought he was going to kick it. He actually.
He scratched. See, that's what happens. You get out of line, you got to do something. And
Get
then
punished. That's what you do. You get punished, and that's what
There's
you're
only
supposed
6
to do.
holes in that table, but it seems like there's 1,200 holes when you're trying to do something from
like-
out of line position.
It's like my game. It's got a lot of holes.
Yeah. Okay, float up, 7 on the side, 8 on the side. Little chippy rack here.
Make this snappy too, would you?
Oh, don't worry. This will take approximately 27 seconds. He actually took longer on that one than I thought he would.
So, Al, we were talking, and know what he did this time? Al offered a free stream to those who went to his page and shared
1
the
second.
link.
Hold on. I didn't offer anything. You came up with the concept, and I said you got the.
Spin ball.
I said you got to go ahead. You do what you want.
So, I want you to go to your Facebook page and like and share.
No.
the post.
Let his son buy it.
My son already did buy
He
it.
already bought it. That's why I can ask him to go there. I don't want him to
I
get a
don't
free
try
one.
to. I don't try to cheat.
It's one thing about Greg Antonakis. He mentions cheat. It's not cheat. He ain't cheap either. I got news for you.
I don't. Like
And he's
to cheat.
approachable.
I don't like to cheat.
3-3.
I got shut out with the stream at the Open. I was upset. And, you know, because we're sitting there and you want to watch. My son, you don't know how much my son looks forward to a couple of these streams a year. You know what I mean?
Right.
He loves it. We say he brings up the TV. We put it in the living room.
That's the way to do it,
You know, we have a.
You're a
you
family
know,
affair. You
yeah.
have, I know every time you go to the Turning Stone, all your families.
So
everybody's
when
there.
that thing was shutting down and he kept refreshing and refreshing, he was pulling his hair out of his head.
Him and everybody else.
And I politely emailed Jim, and he refunded my money.
I got
And,
news
you know,
for you.
It took him a little while because, trust me, he had probably 5,000 emails.
Actually, about 1,148.
You know, and people are
Jimmy's
upset.
actually listening in.
Some people take it a little too hard, though. I mean, they were griping a little out of hand on a couple of
You
the
know,
sites.
I've been in that position before, and anybody that knows the internet or equipment, electronic equipment, it's something that
Sometimes out of your hands.
it feels like it's out of your hands.
Right. I just kept getting the stream. Like if the machine wasn't working,
Right.
I'd wait until the next
Trust
time.
me, I do, like I talked about, I do vending. We go and it rains. I get screwed. I'm out all the money. But you know how much the promoter's out?
Yeah.
So when you think about it, it's just like Pat. Pat was pulling his hair out of his head.
Sure.
He felt worse than all of us combined.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, it was
try to give the
unfortunate.
streamers a little break and let them hope they can fix it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think hopefully everybody
loved
was.
it.
Hopefully everybody was patient enough.
Can you
and
imagine back then in my day if we had this?
It's only going to get better, folks.
Kicking, easy kick. And he got nice position, and he knew he would. That's why he hit it so soft. He didn't want to follow it in by accident. His only issue here is going to be that 4-8. And I don't think that's that bad.
Nah, but he's got to get position on the 4 once he's done there.
Table 18, Stu Walker.
He's worried about getting the wrong angle on the 3, and then he's going to run into
bump
the 9.
Yeah. But speaking of that was, and we're going to have more of the matches that hopefully are equally as exciting as the Opens.
Yeah.
I actually drove down there after a couple days.
Oh, you're lucky. I wish I could have went. I couldn't go. I was too busy.
It was so much fun. Just the matches, not like fun, but I love pool. I just basically sat there and watched these tremendous matches.
I like that shot he made. Now he can draw it back.
That's really putting your confidence into that table the way you hit that with that roll, That very well could have rolled off.
Now you can draw it to the side rail, I think.
And just to give you a little more insight how Steinway handles their pool room, the mechanic, John, that does all the work. The guy's just super phenomenal.
He's an awesome mechanic.
Manny said, John, you're not going. John said, I'm leaving, Manny. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you on Wednesday. So Manny said, no, I'm seeing you tomorrow in case anything malfunctions. Manny wants the mechanic here on premises,
He's an
and
awesome
he is
mechanic.
here.
He's been doing it for
here.
years.
Yeah.
Okay, 8 ball, 4 stays there. He just bounces up the rail a little bit with a little angle so he can get over for the 5. That's it. Now he'll come underneath, I think. 2 rails. He'll hit the long rail, then the short rail be on the bottom, and then
On the bottom, the right side of the 5, the short side of the 5?
On the bottom side of the 5.
Yeah, on the short side, on the right side of the table?
Tony Robles in the booth. He's a champion and the biggest promoter of pool in New York.
Yeah, he's holding the right side. He's holding the short side of the 5 ball.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Tony was asking about my son. Okay. He went above it, huh, Al? Good shot. To all the overseas guys that are buying the stream, I know the hours are conflicting, but you get to see some nice pool, and some of your players, all great players from overseas, are here too. Got the whole Taiwan contingent, many European great players here. Great shot, hit it clean, came right back for the 9. Beautiful out by John Morra. This place is packed, and it's a Monday. Score is 4-3 John Morra. No.
All right. Greg Antonakis in the boots.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you ever letting me in.
There he is.
Enjoying pool in the most famous pool room in New York, Steinway.
There you go.
If you could look around this room and see how many killers are in here, you can't even believe it.
How'd you like to be walking?
You can't even
everybody
believe it.
casually dressing you walking
It's
into
like
a pool
the
room.
U.S. Open is at Steinway.
Now you're a newcomer on the circuit, and you got a 16-piece Model Special cue, and you feel like you're cream of the crop, and you walk into a pool room like this.
Trust me, you don't want to be in here at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to grab any action.
9-ball missed the side pocket. The 2-ball was going to make it. It got kicked. It's a long shot tester on the 1.
It's a tough rack. The 4 is bad. The 6 is bad. The 5's up there by the point. This is going to be a tough rack no matter who wins it. How you like the shot you got to start out with. Up on the rail on the Brunswick. He's jacking up. And he fires it in 100 miles an hour.
And split the heart of the
And he's going to play the deuce 10 billiard. He's going to play the 2 and make the 2.
There is no caller just in case.
He can't do it?
You could only call one or the other.
I'm sad about that.
Takes the luck factor out of the game.
Because you ever hear the saying? 2 for a nickel?
You ever hear this saying? If you don't take a chance, you'll never have a chance.
Yeah, you're right. He's got a tough rack here. I don't care what he does.
Oh, sure he does.
I
guess the 4 goes by the 8.
Nah, it's close.
I mean, there's enough for the pocket, you know what I mean? You
The
could
6
probably
is
roll
the
it,
problem.
but how does that help him for the 5?
The 6 is real bad.
He can always play safe.
I think
he's
going to bank the 3 and then play safe on the 4.
Oh, look at this. He's looking at something else. Maybe the 4 doesn't go.
I think he banks the 3 and plays safe on the 4.
I like that.
What's up, Mike? Michael Yednak, another great player from New York. He banked it. I think he just banks the 4 up there and floats up on the 8 off the rail. He's looking to cut it. Maybe he's going to try to break the 6 out now. He did, and he hit the 8. I didn't think he had it. But he'll be shooting again. He called the 4, and he doesn't like it. 2-rail kick. He kicks it nice. And he left the 4 on the side. But the 6 is still the issue. Here comes Snooky. She's getting her little favorite seat.
What do you got your umbrella for? Is it going to rain?
Snooky's coming in the house. There she is. She's a professional streamer here.
I'm getting in the box.
They love you in the box. I enjoy you in the box.
Good after morning to everyone.
You see my friend the Frenchman over here?
I do.
He takes
It's
all the awesome pictures.
It's one of my favorite people.
He is a gem.
I love him.
Always happy.
Frenchie baby.
So,
They send it? Oh.
tell me what's going on.
He's got a problem with the 6 ball. That's what's going on.
You got Rodney and Johnny going at it, and it's 4-3, Johnny.
What are you going to do here with that 6 ball?
Play safe.
Sure.
He's banking that 6.
He's looking to see if I think he's got enough room to do it, too.
He's
Well, he's
banking
only
that
won the
6.
Derby City Banks.
Did he win it?
Oh,
Yeah, he did. What, 2014?
is that all?
I didn't know he won it. I knew he did real high.
He won it.
Oh, he won it? Oh, then
Danny DiLiberto keeps mentioning that.
he's supposed to shoot the 6.
He
and
says
then
that they
bank.
don't play banks in Canada. He says, I don't know how he won the bank game.
Practice.
You know
And
how?
he
Because
felt-
he's dedicated. I don't think he got up enough. He wanted to be a little higher than that.
Yeah, but
Now he's going to play the 7.
I don't know.
He's going to thin hit the 6 and billiard the 7. And nope, he's
I
still banking.
I
He's still
didn't
banking.
think
He's going to hit
so.
hard and
I think he's
compress
more
it.
confident in the. Yeah, he's going to shorten it up a little tiny. Pinch it.
Yeah.
If he hits it hard, the 6 comes all the way down table next to the short rail if he hits it hard. Now he hit it like he's going to make it. Didn't go.
And
He didn't hit it hard enough.
And that opens the
Oh.
door for Rodney Morris to tie it up at
Us
4-4.
little fishies up here would have hit it harder.
Oh, I'm not fish. I'm more like fish food. But, a fish food that knows you know what I'm talking about sometimes. I just can't do it all. Consistency
Yeah,
is
the
my enemy.
Rockets got his chance here.
Yeah, he's back at the table. It looks like
Float up a
he's
little
happy.
bit.
He's happy, of course, to be there. Yeah, no big thing here. Make sure oh, yeah,
Too
yeah.
much he went.
He got a little straighter than he
Now
like.
he's going to play the 9 aside.
Well, he's got enough to just punch it out a little bit like that.
Yeah, that was good.
Beautiful.
I like that. He's fast. Once he gets down, that's it.
Now, have you been in the box a lot
I just
today? Or
I
you
just
sat
came for
in?
this match.
Okay. I was wondering how the table was playing
Al was
today.
nice enough to let me in. I like it. Very good out.
Nice. Okay, he took
think it's
advantage of that. And
4-4 now?
and it's 4-4 now. And we'll have an updated score in just a sec. There you go.
Well, let me just remind folks what's going to take place here at Steinway. It's coming up very soon. It's the 2016 NYC 8-Ball Championships singles. It took place here.
playing that?
This is going to be the third year in a row. Jason Shore took it down 2 years in a row in that division. What's good about this tournament is everybody plays in their own division, and you could win your division. You're not going to be playing against a pro if you're an amateur. Dr. Michael Fedak stepped up to the plate, added another $5,000. It's now $7,000 added. Go to nycpoolchampionships.com and get on board. The field is filling up quick. I got Tony Robles in the wings right to the side of me.
Kevin Cheng just ran out on the other table.
Dr. Michael Fedak, thank you so much.
He's losing.
So
Back to the match. Here we go.
8-4.
We'll bring up the scoreboard for you.
Neither one of the two balls went in the side, and a 3 squeaks in there, but no shot on a 1.
what do you do here?
I always like length, so I don't know if I can bank it back and forth, up and down. I would. I don't know. And maybe hide him over there behind the 9 and the deuce somehow. I don't know if he can get by the 10 up and down. I think he can.
I think he can too.
Length is always good, even if they can see it. Well, he went the little short route.
Well, he's left he's left the 1. He hasn't left a favorable shot.
No,
Do you try to get aggressive and bank it in the side?
no, I do not.
Okay. I only asked that because we know that, of course, that we were just
I'm gonna
talking
put
about
it up-
him banking.
I'm going to put it up there by the 8 and hope I get him on the 6 or 10 or something.
Well, that's ideally the best
He
thing
went
to
over
go
there
for.
behind the deuce and he
Got it.
Perfect.
Wow. What a beautiful
That was
save.
a good shot right there.
You're
That's
not kidding. What a touch.
J-A-I-L.
Without a judge. That's
That
just
one is
brutal.
the jailhouse.
You got to look to tie something up is what you got to do if
He's
you're
going
Rodney
to cut
Morris.
the deuce
over to the 9.
over to the 9, I think.
Well, can he? I don't even think at this angle he can do that.
He could go
now,
off the bottom
he
rail.
He could go.
He could
Yeah,
jack up
yeah.
off
He
the-
can get.
Oh, no, he's going for the hit. Oh, I don't know why he went for that.
Whoa,
I'll tell you the
this is
truth.
Way too many
I
obstacles.
think that was
And he just kind of poked at it, you know.
bad choice.
I
Even though
wish-
he's a Hall of Famer, that was a bad choice.
Well, I just wish he would have just taken a little
I
time.
think he could have just jacked up and hit the bottom rail, knocked the deuce back towards the 9.
I think it favored too much of the
Maybe
other
because the
side.
scores, they're only at 4. Or is that what it is?
Yeah, it's-
4-4? I think if that was a little closer to the finish line, he wouldn't have done that.
Oh no, for sure.
But still, a lead is a lead.
Sure.
The 6 is bad, but the 7-9 is dead. Mika just beat Kevin Chang. He's a good player, that Mika. Well, they're both good players.
They're good.
Everybody in this thing's a good player.
Well, you're talking about 2
US
U.S. Open
Open.
players, winners, past
Yeah.
winners.
Mika's won 2.
Well, that's what it is about every match. There's always one loser, one winner.
I've lost hundreds of thousands. He's playing the position for the combo. Triple combo.
Well, at this point, why wouldn't you? You know.
Yeah. got to
The,
control
the
the 6.
7-9 is dressed up pretty nicely. It's just control the 6, like you said. And at this angle, he's got to protect the
think he
cue
did-
ball a little bit
I
now.
think he did good.
I think he did good too.
I think he'll just spin it off that long rail. Ah, my man. How you doing, Sanjay? Sanjay from New Jersey. He likes to collect pool cues.
Yeah.
Good guy.
That's all.
And he doesn't like it.
Nope. Wow.
Game of inches.
I literally thought it was going to stop.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have it in
Perfect.
the corner.
And I'm like, okay, that's all. Yeah.
Okay, now it's even though the 10's treetopping him, I think he has to go that way. He's going this way.
No, I don't. He's not back cutting it. I think he just wants to place it behind the 7 and do something.
I
with
think
the
he's
cue
got to
ball.
go the other way and
I-
just knock
I-
it to the bottom and spin up table.
I think so too. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say jack up a little bit,
Cut it
just
down there
just
and
under the
spin up.
side, and up top.
Get some length. That's it.
There you go. Just under the
Yeah,
side.
he
and
knew he was going to give him a hit, but
he's got a hit, but he doesn't have a straight shot to.
no. I think he just hit this and 2-rail it up by the 8 and stay right behind the 10.
He might cut it over and hit the top part of the 7, which would be trouble if he did try to do that.
He went for the bank. He's very aggressive.
And it's slowing down at a good pace for him to have a shot. Oh, sped up actually a little. It was a little faster than I thought.
I think John plays this right in the corner. Position's natural. It's not that, I mean, it looks difficult, but it's really, these guys, this isn't a hard shot.
He's
for
looking
them.
at it for sure.
Yeah, I think he plays it in the corner. Stays
Like
down,
it has
hits it very
eyes,
clean.
baby. Like it had
He's
eyes.
short-sided, but that's okay.
Now, as soon as he hit it, I saw I was going right in. Nice shot. We saying
That was a
hello?
very risky bank Mr. Morris took.
Yeah, I'm surprised he went for it like that, you know?
I like that. That little stun center.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
Beautiful shot.
He got a free rack here.
Well, John gave him one last rack.
Yep.
Left him with 4 balls on the table.
Mhm.
So you giveth and you taketh, right?
That's the one thing the pros do better than any of us amateurs. When they're not comfortable, they get up and start over. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I don't believe he missed
same
that
pocket he
ball.
missed that last time.
Frenchie, how's Ohio?
All right, we're going to try to run a Predator commercial just for a little bit. Right after this rack, we just want to see if it happens.
Stay tuned.
Still on?
Let the cue be your brush.
All right, we just wanted to confirm with Predator that the format that they sent us in their commercial is going to work, and we just did. Greg Antonak, is that you?
I'm going to take a quick break.
Going to take a quick break.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
go
thanks
give
for
my-
stopping
I'm
back
gonna
in
go
for a
give
quick
my wife
second.
a hug.
Why don't you give your wife a hug?
Okay,
All
thanks
right.
everybody.
Thanks,
Enjoy
bud.
the pool.
Appreciate it. That was Greg Antonakis. Make sure to get in touch with him, guys. He's a stand-up man. And when he says get your Southwest from the best, he means it. Snookster,
We're back.
they left us by ourselves.
That's
How
okay.
dare them? They trust me?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't think so.
You trust me?
I do.
Good.
This is a little funny. Rodney has to jack up a little bit to keep the cue ball behind the area where it is now. But he's got to watch. That 8's hanging. He could go for this 8 ball.
Right.
He can cut the 1 into the 8, but the 1 deflects towards the 10. He's got to make sure he leaves himself a shot. He might just jack up and play
Well,
safe.
if he hits it, he can hit it. I was going to say, he can
Wow,
hit it
he
hard
went for
enough.
the
He
bank.
went short, though. My God.
He went
I
for the
mean,
bank. He's going to get this back.
I don't know. Did he call a safe? Did he? I don't
Unless
know.
he called safety.
Yeah, he called a safe. I just didn't think that that's the one he was going to shoot. I said if he jacks up, he can get behind the 8. I mean, the 9 or the 8
Hold
up
on.
there.
Did he call safety? Because John might just be measuring out the shot, and he might just give it back to him.
That's possible. Now I don't. If he's shooting this, it's because he called a safe. Rodney called a safe, of course. The way he banked it explains that right away. But John might have this straight in. Wow, he actually saw a piece of that, and he did not call that. So Rodney's back at the table. And Al has stepped away for just half a second, leaving me alone. He's coming back, though. Okay. Nice open rack here, and no real trouble. And Rodney's in a good position to get another beat on the board. He wants to hit this a little full so that the 5 stays right in front of the pocket. So he hits it full, gets a double kiss on it. Perfect position to get up for the 6 over there. Shot. Got total clearance to get to the 7 now.
Got clearance, 1 rail down to the 7 for the
Clarence.
left corner pocket. He's got clearance.
He's got clearance?
He's
All
got
right.
clearance.
Sounds good to me. I love clearance.
So do I. I watched that the other day. It was from the airport movie, that comedy. I watched it. And the navigator's name was, what was the navigator's name?
Good question. I don't know.
Roger.
Word.
Joe Mofo buttered me down to the bone, jacked me up and slicked me. That was the jive talk that actually took place in that movie.
You jive turkey.
And the nun said, I understand jive. Rodney Morris ain't taking no jive as he starts and puts another beat up. It's now 6-4 over Johnny Moore.
Nice segue.
We know how to break it up.
You cornball. I love it.
We know how to break it up. Me and Snooky do it the right way.
Every time. Snooki does it the right way.
Absolutely.
Eric Kwan, 22. Sean Morgan, 22.
Talking about 22, I need something to eat. I really do.
Want to entertain yourself with a little of this?
To the break we go. As you can see, the crowd has assumed every area, inch in space, in Steinway.
Oh,
Consumed.
it's a full house.
It's more than a full house. It's a royal flush. Take a look.
Yeah, he's panning the camera over. That's good.
Take a look as Copigny sitting right in the front row on the one loss side.
It's like
Sweating this match.
it's the Asian corner over there. If you've noticed.
It's the Taiwan
That's Chinatown.
Typhoons. Taiwan Typhoons, yes.
That's Chinatown
Yep.
and Steinway Billiards right there. And if you were to pan the other way, we got the Puerto Ricans and Spaniards, and they're all hanging out in the other, in the other area. We're a melting pot here at Steinway Billiards. Thank you very much.
Well, I promised the folks at home that I would show who Greg Antonakis is, and we will do that when we get a second. He's sitting front row. The guy is number one. He does 110% in anything he does. Sitting out front row. He bought a VIP table for his wife and himself.
Well, he's the guy to go to for your Southwest cues, other than Southwest themselves.
Look at this tricky. Yo. Where's Greg?
Good question.
See the young lady on that table with the blonde hair? That's Greg's wife, and Greg must be off somewhere else. All right.
Rodney moves pretty swiftly around the table, and I kind of like that about his game because it's similar to mine. I can, give a shot sometime, respectable shot sometime, but I like to move around the table pretty quickly. I don't.
And this is what you do when you win the U.S. Open 5 times. You just lounge around, put your hands down, get a little rest in between matches.
Shane Van Boney right there sticking out with his blue sweater. He's just, when I came in, he was there relaxing. I didn't want to bother him, but I did want to congratulate him, so I did go over and speak to him briefly. No easy feat to win the tournament once, but 5 times now, tying with Earl Strickland. Amazing. And he's still got a lot of time left at the
when
tables.
Earl actually won the U.S. Open back then, it was a neutral racker. Somebody racking for them. Taking nothing away from Shane. Are you kidding?
No, absolutely not.
Nothing. But it was definitely different times, that's for sure. And Earl was here that night. He says, I really hope that Shane wins it. He's such a great shooter. He loves his game all around. And Earl did say that.
Contrary to what most people might believe, that Earl may be sour about it, or no, I can't say that. It takes a good player to appreciate another good player.
Super professional tournament here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, Nick. You go right into. I always call your mom a young lady. Always do.
Is that Greg's son? Yeah. Hey, Nick. I ain't seen you around in a while. Hope all
It's
is
funny how
well.
you break them up into cue balls. The only one that finds the pocket. It's an amazing game.
Murphy's Law.
Johnny Morra trails now by 3 games. The score is 7-4.
Well, Rodney making a statement with those 3 games. And John's perfectly capable of getting back into the match, so you can't just leave him out of this just yet.
Well, yeah, capable, and the format fits the formation. Win a break.
Right.
So, you could run a package like Santa Claus right across the rooftop.
Absolutely.
And notice the left hand again. Johnny Morra can comfortably shoot with his left hand and right hand. And also with a bridge.
Like someone else,
Like the Snookster.
I remember you called me. He called me amphibious.
At the match, yeah.
Yeah. I'm ambidextrous, not amphibious. I remember that day when you saw me shoot, and it was you and Larry, I think, were commentating on my match. And after the match, you're like, "Are you a righty or a lefty?" I'm like, "You've been watching the whole match. What do you mean?"
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead, dear. All right, Johnny Morra got a pretty open table, and the only problem is that I don't know if that 6 passes to the top right corner, but we'll have to see how he gets over there. It's a little steep here on the angle, but he still has a shot. Something definitely he's comfortable shooting. Alice stepped away for a second, so it's just me in the booth. Beautiful shot. And the pocket accepts it. Now, here he's gotten straighter than he'd like to be, for sure. So now he's got a dilemma here. If he draws it out with inside English, he's got this 9 to worry about. If he punches it out, he's looking like he's drawing it. He's got the 9 to worry about, unless he stuns it past the 10 ball. Okay, here's the 9, comes into play. He nicely avoids that. That's a beautiful shot. That 6 must go unless he's got a nice combination there as well, which in case he has to worry about where the 6 lands. So, no, he's gotten back up to look at that. Looks like he wants to hit the combo. He's just got to worry about the 6. Where does the 6 go? It's going to come down the rail a little. Like so. He doesn't have to get too fancy here. Really, just a stop shot would suffice. Anywhere that ball, that cue ball lands after a stop shot lands right there, you got a shot on the 8. Beautiful.
Kind of rattled the pocket a little bit.
He did. But if you notice, the cue ball drifted slightly. It's because he had a little angle on it.
Yeah, he wanted to cheat the pocket just to move it.
He might have had just a touch of English on there. But anywhere he lands, he has a shot on that 8. And that's makeable.
Do you like going the inside 3 rails back to the 9?
I do, but I'm very comfortable using the rails and English.
He didn't hit it on, though.
Well, he's got a shot either way. He's got a back cut to the corner, and he's got a shot to his right as well. It looks like he's going down to our right.
Yeah, that's the blind side of the table. And that's what happens.
That's what happens because
that's what happens when you get out of line.
Say, that's the blind side of the table, though. That's what happens in those shots. Wow, he's giving Rodney another opportunity to put a further stretch on his lead. And Rodney leads now 8-4, and we'll have, give me a second, I'll update the score. Okay, 8-4. Wow, unfortunate for Johnny Morra, that shot. He just got a little out of line. He didn't hit it hard enough, so.
It's a beautiful morning.
After morning.
You know, Johnny made that mistake in that top left-hand corner twice, and that mistake in that bottom right-hand corner just now with the 8 ball. The rack that he lost 2 racks prior
Right.
was the 8 ball in the upper left-hand corner. Mistakes like that are going to be costly. Rodney Morris on the hill because of those mistakes. 3 mistakes in a race to 9 is more than ample to give your opponent to go ahead and retain a score like this. You know, Gangster used to say 2 mistakes in a race to 9 is too many. I seen 3, and that's only since I've been paying attention to Johnny Morra when I can in between. So, not that he can't come back. I have no horse in this race, and I love both of these guys.
Oh, absolutely. But
these guys
I'd
shoot
love to
great.
see.
But you got to call it like you see it.
I like both of these guys, and I would love to see, just for the intensity of the game, see him get back into it. He's got a long way to climb, though, right now. It's exceptionally tough, especially tough since he's on the hill.
Johnny doesn't flinch because his opponent's on the hill. Johnny
No,
knows
not
he's
at
just
all.
got to shoot his game and make it look respectable and possibly win it if he can maintain control of the table.
Absolutely.
That's all that's on his mind. Let me just shoot my game, and I know I'm in it.
Oh, there's a little back cut, small back cut. Ooh, see, wobbled right in, too. I probably expect to see Johnny practicing a couple of those shots, those back cuts. And he kind of weebled wobbled that last one there. But closes the gap just a little more, 8-5. And Morris in the lead by 3 now. Johnny to break. Again, no one is package proof, so we got to see what he can do now. He's closed the gap just a little. It's 8-5. Let's see if Johnny can put a little package in himself.
And that's what it's going to take. He's going to have to just one ball at a time. He knows it. I mean, he's a champion. Let's face it. One time, Johnny told me, he says, "Al, I'm really seriously thinking about getting out of pool." And then he snapped off the Super Billiards Expo, and he's been on a tear ever since. He's just tired of second place, third places, second place. He wants a win, win, win. And that's what you got to have, that burning desire in this to do it. And he's got it. I said, "John, you got the desire. Your parents are champions. Yeah, everything's built right into you." Yeah. Shane Van Boning, he was thinking about getting out of the game. Can't lose professionals like this.
No,
Especially
I
kids.
certainly hope not.
Kids look up to these guys like you can't believe. We had Johnny in the booth, in one of the booths that we had down at Super Billiards Expo, where we had a bunch of children that would come in. They wanted to meet the champions. And Johnny is really, they call him Mr. Smooth, and he's really not, he's never been in that predicament before. And after, it was like challenge the champion. And they were challenging Johnny, they were challenging Tony Robles, Rodney, whoever was there at Super Billiards Expo that was walking in the aisles. I grabbed them. Let's go, come on, you guys got to help out. These kids really had a good time.
That's great.
Johnny turns around and he says, "Al," he says, I never experienced anything like that. He says, "That was great." He says, I can't thank you enough for having me do or be part of this." And he had this glow, like this aurora around him, like, I want to do more of it.
That's great.
Yeah.
I can totally see him
And
doing
you don't
that.
want to lose. You don't want to lose people like this in the sport. We need these champions.
Mm-hmm.
Rodney's looking to pin the cue ball against a 5 or somewhere in the line of fire behind the 8. and then bank the one ball towards the 7, towards the bottom rail where the 2 is, or keep the one ball to the right side. Now, if he elects to keep the one ball towards the right side, he better make sure he hides that rock, which is the cue ball.
Well, I think he can put it in an unfavorable little position right there. He can just cut the 1 over to the 4.
Gotta hide the cue
and
ball.
duck the cue ball, like something like that. Oh, no, not like that. Oh.
See where the cue ball direction went?
Yeah.
So if he took the 1 and banked it on that right side of the table and kept the cue where it is there, it's pretty good safety.
For sure. Now Johnny shooting lefty again. Very nice. He's got to get almost straight on this. I think he's got a little lip there. You can actually do a little something. He's looking to see to take the long shot. He's got enough. He's just going to go forward a little. Well, he punched it, and that was beautiful, too. I thought he would gingerly just go a little forward and take the long shot, but he had more lip than I thought, and he was able to punch it out, so that was a beautiful shot. Inside English. 1, 2, and almost 3. Perfect. He got between those 2 balls nicely. Ooh. Rattled that ball. Rodney jumped out of his table, out of his seat, rather. And, well, this isn't the easiest of shots. And he himself wobbles that ball, leaving a completely no shot for John.
Rocking and rolling. What do you say, Troy?
Hey, I'm in the booth with you.
And Snookster's on the booth.
That's right.
She's with us. Rodney Morris on the hill. John Morris maintaining control of the table. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as we are. We're glad that we can bring the live stream to you. You know, I get the chance to hang out with John Morra up in Ohio quite often when we're up there in Chad Bowling's room called the Kings of Billiards. And I'm not trying to compare the 2 players, but everybody says, you know, Shane puts in so much effort in practice. You got to see this guy go. This guy can go for 8 hours a day by himself. 8 hours by itself and just hit balls.
Shane does the same, honey.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not comparing them. I'm just the champ. What it takes to be there in that dead stroke all the time.
The dedication and
Look at it. The same 8-ball, that upper corner pocket. Johnny says, you got it.
Wow.
And there we have it. Rodney Morris defeats John Morra by a score of 9-5. I want to thank these two folks somewhere over here. There they go.
Hey.
Wait, there they go. There they are. NJ Pool player and our Snooky.
That's right. That's
We're in
me.
the booth. And we're going to be right back with another match. Just give us a minute to set it up. Thanks, guys.